All right, so there's this YouTuber, Nick is Not Green. He has a left-wing commentary channel where he goofs on Republicans and Christians and alpha males, and he has other content as well, but I think that's just kind of what he's known for. And he put out this tweet the other day that really caught my attention, where he said, "I'm so sad and tired." And there's a picture of a TikTok comment that is from this TikTok that this girl made that's captioned, "Point of view, that one streamer YouTuber that panders to his mostly female audience for views by watching misogynistic content with the most surface level critiques." And then somebody commented, "I love him, I'm sorry, but Nick is not green." And this is the comment that Nick posted to Twitter that apparently he was really upset by, which is hilarious because, I mean, this is the most like tame, mild criticism ever, and it's very lighthearted. Like, she said, "I love you" before she said it, but I guess this really got to Nick, and he had a tweet about how sad he is from it, which it just seems pathetic because this guy, he makes a living making fun of people, goofing on people, but then when somebody makes just an innocent joke about him on TikTok, he gets all offended and he's all sad about it, and he's trying to guilt his fans into feeling bad for him. Like, dude, it's just some goofy TikTok parody video. And I think he got offended because he thought it was accurate. I think that's probably why he got so mad. I mean, it's just a stupid TikTok. And then he went on to comment on his own tweet and he said, "I just don't really know where to go with my content from here. I understand why most creators stay away from even basic politics because you're either not doing enough or you're wrong because you decided to be too radical about something, and I'm just sick of it." And then he also said, "Just to know that my name was the first to come to mind for people in this TikTok makes me feel like I'm a joke, and I don't think I have the education nor am I smart enough to tackle the nuance that comes with a lot of these topics. I just want to help. I don't feel like you have to tell me that you don't feel that way. I know that people support what I do, but from this specific place, it really stings." So one TikTok, one goofy parody TikTok making fun of him, and a comment got this dude to rethink all of his content. And he like doesn't even know what to do now, and he thinks he's not smart enough to talk about these topics. I mean, come on, get it together here. Like, this guy, he is just way too fragile, especially for somebody that just shit talks on the internet. I don't know how he managed to make it this far. If this is what it takes to really upset him, then I don't know how he can last on the internet. I mean, this is some pretty tame stuff, like very tame stuff compared to everything else and compared to his own channel. I mean, I'm sure he's made fun of people more than this, but I guess he can't handle it at all. I guess if it comes back to him, I mean, this isn't even anything bad. It's crazy. Like, the girl who posted this TikTok, I think she has 10 or 20,000 followers, and she probably just thought this was a funny video. She's just trying to make people laugh. But I guess it really got to this guy. Like, he could have been cool about it and either just not have responded or just been like, "Oh yeah, that video is pretty accurate. Like, that was funny." And then I'm sure the people who made the girl who made the video would have been like, "Oh, thanks for commenting. Yeah, I wasn't trying to be mean. I was just trying to make a funny video." I mean, I don't think this girl hates him or anything like that. I didn't get that impression, but maybe. But also, again, he criticizes people like crazy, so I guess he's the only one that's allowed to do it. And I think it's just weird that he put this girl on blast, the girl who made the TikTok, and then the person that commented, because I think the person that commented, at least, they're fans of his, and I don't think they meant anything like mean by that comment. But then he tweets about how he's all depressed and sad about it now, and I'm also sure the girl who made the TikTok probably got a lot of hate from his fans. Like, she's probably getting more hate than he is now. So I just think it's a dick move to try to guilt all these people into feeling bad for you when your whole channel is just making fun of people and goofing on people. But then the second some girl, some small channel on TikTok makes a video just taking a lighthearted jab at you, you get all offended and you're like, "Oh my God, how could she do this? I don't even know what to do with my content anymore. I'm so sad about this. I feel like I'm useless." It's like, dude, grow up. And he's admitted himself that his videos aren't very artistically fulfilling. He doesn't have a lot to say. And he also admits that making fun of alpha males and just guys being assholes is getting old at this point.
I'm well aware that the shitty man agenda is overrun and overdone. And I'm on an alpha male cleanse, and I'm not afraid to admit that I'm sort of breaking my cleanse. And basically told me about this channel called Ribby the Party Frog. 93.5 thousand subscribers, and it's not just an alpha male, it's a toxic misogynist alpha frog. Okay, it's a cool new thing, and it's sort of like if you mix Leafy and then that orange peanut guy we talked.
So of course he also goes on to call this person a misogynist. So like that TikTok, it sounded pretty accurate. Like this content, it's not very original. He says it's overdone. He says it's not artistically pleasing. He says he doesn't have much of an input. But then when somebody else points that out, he gets all sad and offended by it, and he wants people to feel bad for him. And I guess maybe the part about him pandering to his female audience got him upset, but who the hell cares? Like, I don't know why a TikTok would offend you that much by like just some small creator who seems like they might be a fan of yours. It's just very bizarre, especially coming from somebody who just makes fun of other people. Like he's criticized, I found this from another video. I have no idea who he's talking about here. I'm sure the person he's talking about is a fucking idiot, but the way he talks about them, it's basically what this girl's saying about him.
People who don't really have much talent and also don't really come up with any hot takes or beliefs. Like none of these things are really like wild to say. I've heard all these arguments a million times. I just think it's funny that someone so boring and basic as Jacob, if you want to look at his account again, this is what it looks like. Someone that looks like him thinks that they can go after other people for being.
So his criticism of this guy is very similar to the TikTok that's just goofing on him, saying he has surface level takes, you know, it's all been done before. He's just pointing out blatant misogyny. So I guess he's allowed to criticize people for that. But if somebody, some small TikToker, makes fun of him for having surface level takes, then it's just too far. And on his Twitter post where he said he's sad and tired or whatever, he got a lot of comments obviously defending him and trying to like make him feel better, which is probably what he's looking for here. But he also had this girl who said, I watch your content and I like it. I also watched that TikTok and understood where they're coming from. There are a lot of YouTubers who react to hyper misogynistic videos and give surface level takes, but to be honest, I don't go to their videos to watch deep political commentary. And this got 400 likes. So I think people, they're just trying to say that they are sick of him just talking about alpha males and how they're misogynistic and stuff because it's getting old. I don't know. That just sounds like what people are trying to say. And also there's this comment that said, literally, who cares? Like, I don't know, you choosing to post about this is so pointless at this point because it's obvious you just want people to attack them even though they didn't even directly mention you. You're creating an argument over a very simple take, which was literally not even that serious. And that's how I feel. I mean, this was nothing. This girl who made this TikTok was probably like, oh, this is a goofy video idea. This is how these YouTubers are. Let me just make this fun TikTok. And now this YouTuber is calling her out, and his fans, I'm sure, are sending her hate. And he's making it look like she did something wrong here. Like, this is so stupid, dude. And then I also saw Mr. Beard jump into this and defend Nick. And if you don't know who he is, he just has a channel similar to Nick where it's like a left-wing commentary channel. He points out like one of his videos, I talked about it, which he was definitely just pandering to H3's audience, where he said Trisha Paytas was a literal Nazi. That is the title of the video. This guy is just hilarious. Apparently he was non-binary, but then like a month ago he went back in the closet. Whatever the hell that means. But this guy commented on the Nick situation because I think they're very good friends. He said, I don't ever want people to feel like commentary YouTubers are on a pedestal. Feel free to criticize and make fun of me, but don't think someone like Nick deserves this legitimate negativity when compared to the people on the internet doing actual harm. So this is just hilarious. I don't know how he thinks that any of this makes sense or how it helps him at all or makes them look good. I mean, he says that YouTubers deserve criticism, they're not on a pedestal, but then at the same time, this lighthearted TikTok making fun of Nick is legitimate negativity, and it's uncalled for, and it's too much. This dude is just living in his own little world. It's crazy to watch. And someone called him out for this, and they're like, dude, this doesn't make any sense. And he said, I'm not saying not to criticize Nick. I think people are being unreasonably harsh because they're being overly critical. Like, dude, don't you think Nick could be overly critical? Like, that video wasn't even very critical of him. The TikTok and that comment, like, they're fans. They're just goofing around. Like, all of a sudden, these people are like, whoa, you can't be funny. You can't make videos, like, taking a subtle jab at us, like, roasting us a little bit. That's too much. Like, it definitely sounds like Mr. Beard is putting him on a pedestal. Like, how could you not admit that? There's some small TikToker, 20,000 followers, a girl, too. A young girl who's just trying to make a name for herself, making just a goofy video, like making fun of Nick a little bit, and then you're like, oh my god, how could you be so overly critical of him? That's insane. How could you do that? So to me, it sounds like Mr. Beard thinks that Nick, he can say whatever he wants about other people, But then when some small creator says something about him, it's overly critical and it's too far. And in that TikTok, there are other people mentioned in the comments. Like Mr. Beard was mentioned, but I don't think he really cares. He just cares now that Nick cares, I guess. And also like Curtis Connor was mentioned, Noel Miller, Cody Ko, H3. I don't think any of them give a shit. Like, it's a stupid TikTok. So there's just one other thing that I want to talk about in this video that shows he's not very good at handling criticism, as I'm sure we're all well aware of now. On his subreddit, I went there, and the top post is a post criticizing him, saying that he had a really bad take on this situation, this like breakup that happened a few months ago he talked about. I'm not too familiar with it, but I know a lot of people are talking about it. But from this post, it sounds like in his video, he got a lot of facts wrong, or he like just didn't understand the whole situation or something, and he got a lot of backlash for it from his fans. I mean, this post has 80 upvotes, and there are only like 1,200 people on this subreddit, so that's a pretty good amount. And like I said, this is the top post on his subreddit, and it just sounds like these fans think that he is terrible at handling criticism. His fan base is becoming extremely toxic. I mean, I'll read some of the comments here. This person said, honestly, the more I think about the situation, the more I'm disappointed. Nick literally pretended to be an ally to women and then blatantly took the man's side in the video, then tried to backtrack and blame both. Also, he's very defensive, super hypocritical. He's building a following based around certain things he claimed to support and believe in. And now he's just like, if you don't like, unfollow. And this person said not only have they unfollowed, but they just don't even like him anymore. And they think they were like betrayed by him and they just don't trust him anymore. And another person said there are a lot of people that try to criticize Nick, constructively criticize Nick, and he just does not take it well. And he always picks out like the worst comments where people are just being overly critical and not making any sense. And he's trying to play the criticism off as like just being ridiculous. And they said they're just trying to explain to Nick where they're coming from. And another person said it seems like now that he's a bigger channel, he thinks he doesn't deserve criticism. Also, somebody said his Twitter is wild. I can't believe the massive echo chamber in there. And apparently the girl from the video he's talking about was trying to get his attention, and apparently all his followers just like ripped her apart, which it sounds like he does have a very toxic fan base. And they also bring up how Nick can dish the criticism, but he can't handle it at all. And they think Nick acts like he's just perfect and he can't make any mistakes and he can't hold himself accountable. And then of course we get one of those obligatory comments saying, you guys are way too invested. He doesn't even know you, which is hilarious because that's all Nick's channel is him talking about people that he doesn't know, they don't know him really, and he gets invested in what they're saying. Like, I see the same excuse with H3 all the time, but this is all those people do. They just talk about people that don't really know them and they criticize them. But when it comes back at them, all of a sudden it's too much. And it sounds like these comments that I'm reading on this Reddit post, these people have been following him for a while, like since the beginning. But of course, his channel got bigger and now his ego got bigger and he can't handle criticism. He doesn't want to hear it. He thinks he's perfect. He'll never admit when he's wrong. And now he's calling out TikToks just for making a goofy video about him. Like, dude, you're taking yourself way too seriously if that's what's going on. I mean, I hate to break it to him, but you're just a YouTuber. You're not that important. You're doing the same shit everyone else does. Nothing's that original. I don't think you're changing anyone's opinion. Like, I saw a lot of comments defending him, saying like, you're doing a great thing. You're going to stop people from going down the whole like anti-SJW route, like alpha male, like supporting people like Jordan Peterson and Steven Crowder and Ben Shapiro, which I don't think he's changed anyone's mind. I refuse to believe that any like right-wing person watches video and is like, oh, you know what, this guy's making some good points. I'm sorry, I don't think that has ever happened. He's just preaching to the choir. He's not changing anybody's mind. Do you think when he calls out somebody for being misogynistic, like that's going to do anything? It's just all these people that already agree with what he's about to say that watch his videos. I mean, he does just pander to his audience. I mean, that's what most people do. And that's why this TikTok that the girl made about him, it was so accurate that it got to him. So I think she did a really good job if that's what happened. Alright, so that's about it for this video. Thanks for watching. Make sure you hit the like button, leave me a comment, hit the subscribe button, and I'll catch you at the next video.